The future is here.
Welcome to the future. Welcome to the. Welcome to the. Welcome to the future. Welcome to the. Welcome to the future.
We're marching ahead, blazing new trails. This is the future. We're setting sail. We're building a path to things we never done. Tomorrow is here, it's rising with the sun. An evolution, revolutions come. It's only started, only just begun. This is the moment we've been waiting for. So open up the door.
Welcome to the future.
Yeah.
Welcome to the. Welcome to the.
You know.
Welcome to the future.
Yeah.
Welcome to the. Welcome to the.
You are.
Welcome to
A new dawn. A new day. A new plan. Yeah.
Welcome to the future. Welcome to the. Welcome to the future.
Yo, hey, what up, guys? What up, what up, what up, what up? GM, GM. Hey, guys. Good evening, good morning, everyone, and thank you again, guys, for tuning in for another AMA with YGG. And this time around, we have the whole squad here. We have all the quest creators for season one and a very special guest. I think it's his first time to say hi to the whole community. We have Mark Dan, our community product lead. So Mark, how are you doing? And welcome to our very first AMA.
Doing great. Yeah, excited to be here.
Yeah, I mean, so Mark, we have the whole squad here, so we're gonna be talking about GAP season one as it comes to a close. We have Fallen, we have Mike, we have May with her very amazing and new VTuber, our newest VTuber, amazing, and yeah, of course myself. Yeah, so Mark, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and yeah, let the community get to know you more.
Yeah, sure. So again, I'm super excited to be here. I'll be helping the YGG core team build products for you all. So this can be in the form of badges, achievements, or anything that will really reward guild members who are making meaningful contributions and onboard new players. So yeah, you'll see me around asking for feedback, trying to get to know you all better. So yeah, so we're excited to be here.
Awesome, awesome. That's great. So yeah, guys, first of all, thank you for dropping by tonight, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you are very excited. As you know, season one is actually ending, and I know a lot of you. I see a lot of you guys who might already have an idea if you guys, are going to be getting those NFTs. But yeah, I think Mark, can we talk about the NFTs that we've been working on and how they look. We've gotten a sneak peek, and wow, I'm speechless. It's amazing.
I am definitely excited to. There's at least around 45 NFT artworks that are being worked on, and they're currently in progress. We'll reveal that to the community soon. They are uh, they are a lot of like energy coming from the art, so that's all that I can say for now.
All right, yeah, definitely something to look out for. Kinda, I kind of want to get a hold of all of the NFT arts. I mean all of the NFTs, not just the artwork. I think I have to be I have to be joining the next season. But yeah, I mean we can get started. So we have the whole squad here. We actually have Lastdragon who recorded his report last night. Unfortunately, he can't be with us today because he's at work. But yeah, let's get it started. Here we go.
What's up, everybody? It is Last Dragon, aka Jeff, for YGG SPL. So let me just talk a little bit about how this all started. I believe we are one of the first gaming sub-DAOs for YGG. I know that LOK is there, and so is Axie, obviously. We do everything in a DAO format. So everything is pretty much decided by group. Anybody who is a YGG SPL token holder has the ability not only to put proposals forward, but also to vote on those proposals. So we have gone through 2 rounds of token sales. We have not done the public token sale yet. That's incoming. And we were approached to go ahead and work on the GAP program. So the YGG Guild Advancement Program was one of the first tasks that I think really challenged our DAO, mainly because I did not come up with these tasks. The entire group came up with these tasks. And I believe that it was a mixture of token holders and guild leaders within YGG Splinterlands. So what we did is we came up with, basically, we spent 3 days, and I'm not kidding. We spent 3 days, everybody debating back and forth what we should have, what we shouldn't have. And we came up with 4 different quests. And the first one was for the YGG SPL founder. And that had to do with basically what it meant to be part of a YGG Splinterlands guild. So they had to have their name or a variation of Yield Guild Games or YGG in the guild. The guild description included a snapshot approved by the YGG DAO. The guild leader had to have a YGG badge. This is actually something that we went back and forth on quite a bit, was, do they need to have a YGG badge? Do they not? But the pricing has come down in regards to gas fees right now. So we've kind of figured out how to get people badges as well. And then they had to hold 250 YGG SPL tokens. We recognized that some of the guilds that we were recruiting, because we actually went and recruited full guilds, we recognized not all of them would have had access to the token sale. So if one of us helped recruit them, we could sponsor some of our tokens for the new guild coming in, so that they could kind of get around that one. They must be a part of the YGG and YGG SPL Discord. The guild had to have at least 10 members, none of whom were alts or bots. And then guilds and members must have joined YGG SPL at least 1 week prior to the season's start to be eligible for quest rewards. So that was kind of a big one. We didn't want people just joining just so that they could get quest rewards, or if that was the reason that they would join. They had to have a 100% brawl percentage fill rate, so they had to fight every single brawl that came up. They also had to have an average fray fill rate of 90%, and then 65% if you are a free-to-play guild. So the average brawl rank needed to be top 5 for all, but the free-to-play had no requirements, and the guild leaders would be required to submit a monthly report that includes all of the above information. So in YGGS, in Splinterlands in general, you do not have, there's no checks and balances. Anybody can put YGG at the end or beginning of their name. They can put Yield Guild. There's nothing that we can really do about that. So the way that we kind of worked around that is that we have a monthly report that all guild leaders must fill out as well. And that kind of allows us to kind of work through it. The guild leader can speak as a primary language in any language that they want, so Spanish, Filipino, whatever, but they needed to be able to converse in English for the Alliance business. That criteria up above would be allowed to be reviewed as well. And so the reward pool for that basically will be split amongst the guild leaders that qualify. 3,000 YGG tokens and 3,000 YGG SPL would be split amongst themselves. So The next one was one that I think everybody really, really enjoyed, and this was kind of our esports group. Oh no, excuse me, this is not. The next one was the YGG SPL Warrior, and this had to do with the brawls that were happening within the guilds. And the reward criteria was pretty simple. It was that you must be in a qualified YGG guild as defined by the guild leader criteria. And you could not be in a free to play guild. And then you must participate in at least 10 brawls during the season. And then you must maintain a 50% win rate. So this was rewarding people for getting into the brawls themselves. And whoever qualified for this brawl portion, the 6,000 YGG SPL and 6,000 YGG would be split between all of it. So we really wanted to make sure everybody who participated in the brawls would be rewarded. So the next one, the third one, was the YGG SPL Herald, and that really had to do with anybody that was creating content. So Splinterlands has a Splinterlands TV show that is there as well, and they are doing, I believe, almost 24/7 now, full content for Splinterlands that is hitting from all over the world. And we have multiple YGG streamers. Okay, sorry. I saw that I was having internet connections issues. We have multiple people who are streaming on the Splinterlands TV channel as well on Twitch. And so obviously they are qualified for that. Also, we're doing a weekend challenge, which is a weekly tournament, which we are streaming with anywhere between 5 to 8 people every Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard, which has been great. And this was basically rewarding people for streaming, having the YGG SPL logo on the actual stream itself. The other part that we put in regards to the Herald is if you are not a streamer, we did not want to have a fifth quest. We only wanted to have 4 quests. So if you were a recruiter as well and recruited 10 or more members who participate above the free to play level, then you would qualify to be a YGG SPL Herald. And the reward pool was 3,000 YGG and 3,000 YGG SPL as well, and that would be split amongst whoever qualified. The last one was for YGG SPL Sage. The YGG SPL Sage just needed to be a member of a qualified guild, and we have a lot of people who are creating a lot of spreadsheets, sharing information in regards to strategy, education, and really sharing that with our community and how they can play better and perform better. So the Sages, this was a little bit more discretionary, but we basically had a committee that was set up for every single one of these. So we have an esports committee that took care of the Warrior one. We also had tournaments happening at the same time. We have obviously a guild leader committee. We have an esports committee, and we have a content creation committee, and then we have a Sage committee as well. So it was never one person that decided or had the ability to decide who would or who would not qualify. And it was also never one person that would be part of the who would be part of the program. We run everything by committee. So as soon as these things were agreed upon, which again, it took a while, we went into, before we do snapshots, which we've done, I believe, at least a dozen snapshots now. Before we do snapshots, we go and do something called a straw poll, and that is just a simple Discord poll, and then we see how many people agree, how many people disagree. It makes the snapshot way less messy. And then we officially go to snapshot, and then people can put their tokens to where they want to vote. The last thing that we also did as well is and I'm going to go ahead and go get that as well. We did a full esports committee as well that had to do with, and I need to get that. Sorry, esports gap. So to be a part of our esports gap program, we had a completely different way of doing this. And also, I might add that we automated all of these things. So within the Discord, if you qualified, you would also be able to just go directly to it, and it just filled out a Google form really, really fast. We have some absolutely crazy gurus that are very, very good at forms and automation and everything else. So I'm going to share that screen for you as well. Hold on. Okay. So for the last part of our gap, we had an SPL esports, and that really came down to people who were participating in tournaments throughout the entire guild advancement program. So the reward criteria was to score leaderboard points based on your finish in official SPL tournaments. You wanted to move up the YGG SPL leaderboard. So if you came in if you came in as the winner, you would get 10 points. The top 8 finish would get 4 points. Top 16 would get 2 points. And if it was a multi-day tournament, day 2, you would get 1 point if you just made it to day 2. So here is basically the notes that they put as well. The members who are on the bubble will be rounded up to the higher tier. And for example, if there are 15 people on the leaderboard, the member in the second position will be in the top tier. So basically, this is how we split it up. The top 10%. So we very much so wanted to reward competition. So the top 10%, they would split 2,000 YGG. The next would be 1,500. The next would be 1,000, and the bottom would be 500. So top 10%, 11 to 30%, 31 to 50, and bottom 50 would get 500. So basically, that has kept people incredibly engaged in our tournaments. And the tournament tracking, again, was very, very easy. And there was a full esports committee that was in charge of all of this. So infographics were created for everything so that it would be easy for people to understand. And then we have multiple Discord channels in which people can go ahead and just click and fill out the information, and we can track it that way. So that is how we handled that. And it was great. It went very, very smooth. We're going to go through it. Obviously, our season is already over. Let me just see here. Our season is already over. It was over on the 30th of June. I know that YGG's season went a little bit longer. And we just kind of went with the start date and the stop date as well and announced all of that. We had a couple AMAs. We also announced it through our weekend challenge as well. And for us, YGG SPL really is more about it being an alliance and everybody able to have a voice. And I do believe that through this process, everybody really did have a voice, and they were able to share what they wanted to do. And we'll do the same thing in regards to season 2. We'll go through season 1, see what worked, what didn't work. If there's a couple things that we learned, it's that the tokens were not a driving factor for most of our guilds. A lot of people, specifically in the brawls, decided that they wanted to go to a higher level brawl, which actually helps them more. It actually helps them more for in game, for the guild, for leveling up the guild. And so a lot of the win rates went lower than what was required for the gap, and they just said, "I don't care about the gap. I want to make sure we can level up our guild." So that was probably one of the biggest surprises that we faced. We saw tons of competition within the tournaments. We saw tons of competition within between the guilds and stuff like that. Friendly competition, of course, but overall, I would say YGG SPL's Gap Season 1 was incredibly successful. We learned a ton, and we can't wait till Season 2.
All right, awesome. For that one, Lastdragon, wherever you are. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions about the Splinterlands quests, we have Lorica's right here in the chats who is helping out. But also, I dropped the link of the YGG Splinterlands Discord itself. And yeah, so one thing that's really really cool that I want to point out here, I think Lastdragon mentioned that the Splinterlands subbed out is actually trying to get other people guild badges. So the way it works for you, for the new guys, or for if it's your first time hearing about the guild advancement program, you need a YGG guild badge to participate, just because like this is accessible through the YGGD app. And yeah, I'll show it to you guys right here. And we can jump into Mike, our head of esports quests, right after. So the way it works is you go to yieldguild.io, you connect your wallet, connect with MetaMask, and yeah, continue your adventure. So all you have to do is to navigate down to the achievements, and this is where all of the quests that are active for season 1, this is where you can see it. And eventually the graphics or the NFT designs will also be seen here on the site. But for now, it's all the quest details and also the quest creators. So we could jump right to let's look for Mike, Ovecka's quest. Mike, are you there?
Yep. Hey guys.
Hey,
Yeah,
Mike.
that's right. So just scroll down, and then you see, so Sage of the Arena, King of the Arena, Star of the Arena, Master Brawler, and then the SLP Esports ones that Lastdragon perfectly explained.
Yeah. So Mike, are your quests already done? Have you wrapped up, or are these still ongoing, or which ones are still ongoing?
So actually, for the Axie Infinity portion, they're all wrapped up, and then I just need to confirm for Thetan Arena if they're still ongoing or if it's wrapped up. But yeah, but let me just I'll just give you guys a quick overview of the way I approach this. So essentially, I'll give an intro as well, right? So my name is Mike. I run esports at YGG, and as part of the Guild Advancement Program, we felt that it would be important to reward competitive-minded players. I think competition is super important within gaming overall, and it's one of the best ways to engage a community. And we're talking about community here, right? And what do we mean is the YGG community. So the 3 franchises that we decided to go for in terms of the gap rewards was Axie Infinity, Thetan Arena, and Splinterlands. For Splinterlands, this was completely delegated to the Splinterlands sub-DAO, just as Lastdragon mentioned. And for Axie Infinity, I created these achievements, and as well as for Thetan Arena. So the thought process behind this was as for season 1, it's essentially a pilot phase for us. So this is the first time we're doing it, and we're experimenting, right? So totally open to feedback and any community suggestions for future quest rewards. But yeah, the thought process was we wanted to reward players who were trying to go for the end of season 21 leaderboards for Axie Infinity. So as such, we have a first and second place achievement. So the highest placed player. So if you look at it's under the King of the Arena. So any YGG community member doesn't have to be on an esports team, doesn't have to be a rising star. It can be a KOL, it can be just a regular person playing that's representing YGG or is affiliated with YGG. The highest person to finish at the end of season 21 gets rewarded with the King of the Arena reward. For the next level, it's the second highest, and it's called Sage of the Arena, and it's basically the same thing. Now, as part of YGG Esports, you guys know that we have a competitive team called YGG Elite, and then underneath that we have a feeder system, an academy, if you will, of rising stars, and this is talented players who have the potential to perhaps become YGG Elite one day, being representing YGG, and we wanted to acknowledge this group of people with a reward as well. So the highest rising star player who places in the highest position on the leaderboard in the arena gets rewarded with Star of the Arena. Same thing applies. So for Thetan Arena, since we do not have the Rising Star team or the YGG Elite team, we decided to go with a bit of a more casual approach. So essentially the highest Thetan Arena placement in the arena, you get rewarded with Master Brawler. And then, as last night or Lastdragon already mentioned, we have the SPL rewards as well for esports players. Yeah, and Sedano, that basically sums it up. If you guys have any questions or feedback, just hit me up on Discord. All ears.
Yeah, awesome, Mike. And what I would say I could assume is that is more competitive games or part YGG partner games that actually have a leaderboard feature. Would you say that we can expect also more quests from these games as well in the future?
Absolutely. And not just leaderboard. I am definitely looking at tournaments as well. That's something that I personally find, very engaging for the community. And in the future, I can definitely see some quests pertaining to tournament performance.
Nice. And yeah, I do agree with you. I think this, would be a very, very good tool, to be able to stimulate the community and, actually just go for it. Like join tournaments, represent YGG, and, bring home the bacon, what I'm saying? Um,
Exactly.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, thanks for that, Mike, and all of you guys. You know where to reach Mike. You could just like hit him up here on Discord on our channel right now if you have any questions specifically for our esports quests. Yeah, but it's crazy. I mean, look at this. 2,500 YGG tokens for the highest ranking person on the leaderboard for Axie Infinity, and this is V2, right, Mike? We're talking about V2 here.
Yeah, that's right. It's V2. It's basically we're going out with a bang. V2 is
All
gonna
right.
end, and then we're gonna move on to Origin.
Yeah, and do you have any more information on how it works? Let's say, Mike, does the guy who who wins the gets the badge? Will he be taking home the whole 2,500 YGG tokens in a prize pool, or is this prize pool capped?
So essentially, they will be taking home the bacon.
Ooh, wow,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
insane. That's pretty
yeah.
insane. Like 2000 YGG. Okay, but yeah, I mean everyone at home. So like the GAP doesn't only like incentivize like you playing the game, but we also are gamifying it. Like you have another extended opportunity to earn rewards from YGG outside of Axie Infinity, and this will be happening for more games in the future. But yeah, thanks for that, Mike. And yeah, I think we also have Fallen Corpses who is right here with us. Hey man, how you doing?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. So yeah, Fallen. So you are focusing, as you know, our game operations manager. You are focusing on all the activities, for the guys, testing the games, like the people basically in the battlefield, in the front lines. And yeah, tell us more about your quests, man.
Yeah, so I am actually pretty involved with splitting up a few different ones here. May is also heading up our game testing department here at YGG as well. So we actually worked hand in hand to create, the tester quests there, as well as some for LOK, but I'll let her get into that a little bit later there. My main ones for what I'll talk about here are the ones for the game helper and game ambassador. So we can start with the launch game ambassador, Sedano there. Yep. So that first one there, we have two different ones, and this might be a little bit confusing for people since the terminology is changing a little bit within the quest system, and not so much within Discord yet. Um, Game ambassador refers to lead GAs now, and game helpers are going to be our normal GAs. So if that's a little bit confusing, that's why that's there. So technically, what we're looking at here for game ambassador, for launch game ambassador, is the lead GA. For a game ambassador program, we have one lead GA for every game, and these people are essentially responsible for the day-to-day operations of YGG within the games, growing the community, leading the community, as well as really sitting at the table with game ops here and helping us design the strategy on how we go forward in these games. As you can imagine, game ops, as we add more and more games here, I think we're at just under 45 games actually, and we're expected to grow. We're aiming for 100 this year. You can imagine, in 2 years, 3 years, how many more games we have under our roster, right? We're essentially looking to have a whole library of games so that, one game might not suit a player, but they have a whole library of many, many different games to play. So that just means that I can't be knowledgeable in every game, and AC or other game ops manager there cannot just be, super knowledgeable. So we're really leaning on these community members here, our lead GAs, to, bridge that gap, be an expert in these games. But also at the same time, we don't want this to just be, some sort of free free ride where we're extracting value from them and then not giving any value back. And that's where really this gap program came to be. So the idea here is, if you're a game ambassador, so specifically for a launch game, this means a game that's out playable. Maybe it has a scholarship. Some games we realize don't have scholarships and are free to play. But essentially a launch game that's fully launched and able to play. So we're not talking an alpha, we're not talking a beta. Like it's a fully launched game. That's for that quest. That being said, I didn't want to leave out any of the other lead GAs for the unlaunched games there. So it's essentially the same as launched. It's just for all the games that are in kind of their alpha stages or whatnot there, getting ready to be launched. So they might have a few betas or whatnot. But again, that's the different criteria there. And again, it's a fairly reasonable chunk of YGG. The pool is fairly large there. And then that is obviously capped per person. It's a shared pool. It's not like certain ones are going to get more than others. And the criteria there is pretty simple. If you're a GA or a lead GA for the whole season, you'll get rewards. Onto the game helper. Again, that's just our normal GA. So we try to aim to have 3 extra GAs to help the lead GA. Again, we don't have a hard cap on how many GAs there are. Like I said, usually it's set to 3. Probably won't have more than 5 at the current moment there, just because we don't want to obviously oversaturate that pool. But that is not a hard cap. And the interesting thing here is, let's say so I should put this clear. A lead GA can only be a lead GA for one game. It's not like you can be a lead GA for multiple games. That being said, we have some games where we are looking for lead GAs, and some people are bridging the gap. They do not get to double dip in that pool, unfortunately. That being said, they can be a GA for another game and also get that reward for the game helper. That also means though they cannot stack that game helper. So if they're in a GA in like 4 different games, that's not stacking either. It's one lead GA GAP program and one game helper, and that's it. So you can double those up, but it's not like you can triple dip or quadruple dip if you're GA for multiple games. We still would love to have them for that, and if you're really gung ho about the program, you can definitely do that. But don't expect to be doing the GA program and tripling up on your rewards there.
Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, Fallen. What do you say? Are like our future quests that we can expect aside from these current ones that we already have? Like any, do you have any ideas that you've been throwing around? So something that you wish you put in season one, but now you want to do in season two?
For the game ambassador program, I think it's pretty cut and dry. I am going to have another community strategy meeting, so this is kind of similar to what Lastdragon said, where we really want our community to be providing input into some quest ideas that they think. So this can expand, beyond just game input. It could be for the game ambassador program, game tester program, community helper program, right? We really want you guys to be giving us ideas. Obviously, we can't implement every idea based on data tracking like that. That was our biggest issue for any of these. It's certain games we can't track any metrics for, and other stuff it's based on an honor system. So as Day said, you could possibly see a gap council where we have people on there throwing out ideas for gap quests and then voting or putting it to a snapshot to our community if you're a YGG token holder to say, hey, we want these quests put in, and then go from there. But yeah, in general, I don't have any big ideas for the game helper ones. I'm more looking towards the games because that's way easier to expand.
Gotcha. But yeah, mind touching up on the master game tester and the OG game tester. So what can we expect from these two quests?
May, do you want to touch on this quick?
Yeah. Okay. So, hi guys. Anyway, where is it? Yeah. There. Hi.
Hi, hey, you're waving.
So yeah. Yeah. For so yeah, I am May. I am part of game operations, and I lead the game testers program for YGG. So what basically the game testers school is about getting the feedback from our community members through testing new games. They can be partnered. Hi, Mikolo. They can be either partnered by YGG or not yet partnered. So we gather the feedback from our community members to um, see what this game is up to, scholarship wise or investment wise. So we want to get that feedback from our community, especially these times that our community members are really looking out for new games. So it's a great opportunity as well for them to try out these games. So about the game testers quest, the they can join either the masters or the plain the plain one, the other one which is the game tester. So basically, the master game tester is the one that have accomplished 66% out of the current games that we've tested throughout the season. So for this season, we have counted 10 games so far, and the fine print in the quest is you've tested the game and you've submitted a feedback. Because at the end of each test, we provide them with feedback form, and that's what's accounted for when you join the quest. So if you're part of the game testers program and you've tested 66% or 6 out of 10 the past season, then you can qualify. But fret not if you've only tested one or less than six, you still qualify for the game tester quest. Yep. Thank you, boring for. Yep, new hair color. Yeah, I'm trying Jinx hair color right now. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. So I think, yeah, May, while we have you, why not let's start to jump in and talk about our LOK GAP season 1 quests.
Yeah, okay. Yes, sir. Let me share my this one. So yep, shout out first to all the LOK members here. Hello guys, and especially to our to our officers, our officers who's been really helping us out. So for YGG LOK, so if you haven't heard that YGG has a guild on this game called League of Kingdoms. We have three guilds. We have YGG 0, YGG 1, and YGG 2. So we have quite a bunch of quests for our guild members. Because so starting with the Squire, this is like this the tier one, the level one out of our all of our quests. Yep, still, yeah, I am in my car. Excuse the trash behind me. But yeah, so YGK Squire, basically, so we have three for this one. So if you are a newly acquired member, you can basically just level up and try to gain. So the very easy one is the Squire 3. If you have acquired a minimum power of 20 M all throughout the season, you can qualify for this one. The second one is if you acquired 40 M within the season, then you qualify for this. And also, if you qualify for Squire 1, that means you've defended the shrines. So I just want to clarify since we've been trying to gather now all the forms for those of you who have been asking about it regarding the snapshots, the screenshots rather. We are not tightly requiring them now, but if you did manage to take some screenshots for the quest, you can submit that. But we're not really because we wanna give out the tokens to our members who's been really participating, rally day in, day out, gathering and all that. So we really wanna give out the tokens to the members. So if you're still not part of the GAP channel, the YGG LOK GAP Quest channel, here in our main YGG Discord hub, just claim the role on the role channel that we have, and then our moderators, Giyu, Polaris, they can give you the role, and which leads you to the yep, that's right, boring. Thank you. So which leads you to that private channel right there, where we can discuss anything and everything about the YDG Allocate Gap program. So yeah, that's just one. This is choir, and we have a night. This is mostly about the in-game quest. So again, if you have screenshots, the better. But if our officers are always looking around who is active or not, so I think they can really vouch for you regarding this one. So it's the most power, the highest power, the most kill, the most help, and the most donated. So we understand that there's a bug all throughout the season regarding the results of this one in game, the alliance tab. So again, the officers have been seeing your efforts, guys. So I know that they can attest to the activities that you've done for the guild. So moving with the third one, it's a lieutenant. So this one is also tied to our in-game quest, which is the Great Kingdom event. So if you have screenshots, That's also great. Most likely our officers are on the lookout, whoever, because this one is a bit tough because you are in competition among all the other guilds within Continent One. So it's a really a feat, but it's really attainable because most of our members have been really smashing the leaderboards for this one. Fourth one of the quest is the commander. So this is for our officers. So if you've been yeah, because for the rallies, but we have opened the rally calendar for our members that wanted to lead rallies as well. So um, if you've been part of this, and I know most of you are, even the officers or not, it's really nice to see that even the R3s are really participating now in leading our rallies. So we have gone like a regular from one regular rally or twice per day. We've gone like at least three times a day. So thank you guys for participating on this one. It really means a lot that we have a lot of accessible rally times, especially for the newbies. So if you have a scheduled rally all throughout the season, you can qualify for this one. And just join the private channel for YGG LOK Gap Quest, and you can see all the forms there. It's been last but not definitely not the least is the YGG LOK Grand Cross. So this is for our officers like the R5, the R4, and the R3. So the most questions that I had is the R3. So again, this will really be asked among the officers now. Who among the R3s are really going out there and trying the best to help out, most especially in the discussion among the LOA Alliance chat, even with the new players that they are attending to. Yep, and Fallen is right. We are always looking for more LOK players. As we have said, we are growing from one guild before YGG 0. We are now at YGG 2, and we also have now IGG. So Indie GG is also one of our co guilds in there. So yeah. So yep, that's it for all the quest for YGG LOK. Again, if you haven't been added yet to our private channel, just go at the roll get roll channel and get the YGG LOK gap roll in
All
there.
right. So May,
Yes, guys.
are these quests still ongoing, or do you have an ETA for these to end?
Yeah, so we are tasked now to submit all of these this week. So, like I've said, don't worry about the screenshots as long as you know that um, you're really qualified for the quest, and the officers have been seeing you doing it along with them. So that's okay. Just be mindful about the forms. Yeah, like what Sedano said, we have to close this by um, Tuesday this week for YGGLOK and for the game testers
Yep.
as well, because we have to submit it now so we can all give you the NFTs, the rewards that.
Mhm. Yeah, that's right. So for everyone at home listening, so on the 15th, so July 15th will be the last day for any other running quests to wrap up. So you guys at home, you still have, less than a week to, if you still want to get, the higher tier NFTs, if you want to finish these quests on a higher level, yeah, make sure you still have 5 days. It depends on the quests. if if they are gonna allow you, let's say it's not I mean, you don't have to wait for more than 5 days, or you don't have to attend like anything that happens beyond 5 days. Make sure to catch up, you don't want to miss it. And yeah, so I definitely would want to jump in next. So for my quests, I would say that I'm really excited, and I can't wait to actually share the winners, of course. Not only because like we are talking about content creators, streamers, but also because it's about our moderators and our community helpers. So first of my quests is the Knight of the Realm. So this is the highest tier among all the quests for our community helpers and our moderators. So how it works is, if you are in the top tier or in the top percentile of moderators or community helpers in terms of activity on Discord and being as helpful, and just being a really good guild member in general, you do would qualify for this. And then second tier would be the Guardian of the Realm. So it just goes down until Protector of the Realm, being the most general quest that applies to like a higher percentage. So the different prize pools are up to 100 YGG for the Protector of the Realm, and then 250 for Guardian, and also up to 750 for Knight of the Realm. So the really cool thing here is, let's say you qualify as a Knight of the Realm, and you are also a game tester, or you are also a game ambassador. Then these are two badges or two quests that you can get separately. But yeah, so the way we are going to be monitoring this is, one, we are going to be doing it manually. So we will be checking your activity from from the end of season 1, which will be on the 15th, all the way back from the launch date. So aside from that, we also will be using, with help from our friends over at Heimbot, we are trying to come up with a tool that we could use to automatically also check the activity of the quest. But aside from that, we will also have feedback from the community, from the core members, who you guys think are the most active, who you see are the most helpful, who have basically contributed to the guild more compared to the others. I mean, we do want to create a sense of competition, but very healthy competition. But then, no, don't worry, because we will have season 2. We will have even, I don't know, I don't want to say it, but we are gonna have more rewards and more quests. And also, it's possible, let's say, that these NFTs that you have are prerequisites for season 2. So let's say if we have another guild, sorry, if we have another achievement above Knight of the Realm, it's possible that you would need to have the Knight of the Realm NFT first before you qualify for the next one. So that's something to look forward to. And next would be my streamer quests. So that's Wizard of the Realm, Mage of the Realm, and Creator of the Realm. So same as for the night quests, these are also tiered by how many streams you've created, or how many streams you have hosted on YGG. So I would say it our current streamers are those guys who do daily stream or weekly streams. Let's say, for example, Mae-zing in LOK, let's say Kaffy and Cyball, our Axie Infinity Bootcamp hosts. So these guys, as long as you appeared on the YGG socials with a stream, then this also counts. But at the same time, for all the startup streamers, these also, you are also qualified to be able to get these quests. So the way we do it is, we actually have a form. So the form is, you can submit your streams here on the, where is it? It's called the Guild. Oh, give me 1 second. It's called the Guild Advancement program text channel here on Discord. So let me copy that right now. Let me drop it. So for those who haven't checked it out, now is a good time to check it out, so you are prepared for next season. But we have been getting a lot of, yeah, we've been getting a lot of submissions for the quests. And though I would like to point out, there are submissions that do not meet the requirements. So if you do check the text channel, we have all the requirements that you need. So basically, you need to use the overlays, you need to use the captions, and I also inserted a clause there where I highly recommend or I require you to actually have at least 100 followers on the page that you're using the stream for. Though, since it's season one, we are going to be very lenient with all the requirements. If you get to actually check, let's say, for example, Creator of the Realm, if you click Learn More, it says that it's either you have 4 streams a month or 24 streams per season. You notice that the math doesn't add up, but that's only because you we are going to be looking for more streams if you have missing requirements. Let's say you didn't have the caption on, then the computation will be based on which is more. It's either the 4 streams per month or the 24 streams per season. But do not worry, do not worry. I will be streamlining this for the next season and make sure that to be able to be more friendly to those who are starting up. You don't have Facebook pages yet or whatnot, or Twitch profiles. So we will be making sure that you guys are also inclusive. And for those who have already joined, regardless, we are looking forward to finally granting you these NFTs. But yeah, I think did we miss out on anyone? Do you guys have any questions? Make sure to drop them down in the chats, and yeah, we will be getting those answered to you right away while we are still here on the stream. So yeah, shout out to Mikolo. He's a really really cool content creator. Been working really hard, and yeah, the results definitely show. But yeah, definitely can't wait for everyone to see the NFTs. Mark, are you still here? Hey, Mark. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I just wanted to ask. So, Mark, as the month and the season comes to a close, are there any dates or any specific milestones that we have to watch out for?
yeah, sure. There's a couple of ones. So one is when we close all guilds, we'll give you time to mint and claim the rewards, and then we want to analyze the results and get feedback on how the season one went, and then we're gonna kick off season two planning. So expect more details to come and season two to come closer to late August. So we want to make sure that as we enter the new one, we have some room to plan for it as well.
Gotcha. Yep. So you heard it first. But yeah, before we go, let's answer some questions in the chat. So I see Day. So Day is asking, I have 2 questions. Are YSD mods comprised within that GAP quest? And since there is a distinction between community helpers and Discord moderators. Yeah, so we have Spracky. Hey, Spracky, how's it going? So Spracky says we gave compensation for them moderating and YSD in YGG tokens. But yeah, so for the quest as well, so technically there isn't any distinction between there is no separation. There aren't any more requirements for whether you're a Discord moderator or a helper. Um, but yeah, yeah, looking forward. Definitely. Any more questions, guys, before we go? Shout out to everyone who dropped by tonight. We have Steffi, so I see Boa, AC, what up, man? And yeah, these guys also actually have quests, so make sure to hit them up if you have any more questions as we come to a close in 5 days. Shout out to Spracky, of course, Bell, Big Boss. We have Boring, Day, Fiston, Gohan, Jamal, Kennedy, Labu, Mungdags. Miko ACLs is here. Hey Nomad, Razor, Sentu, Spicer, Vanguardian, what up, guys? And yeah, so just for my end, actually, I've been thinking and I've been talking to a lot of you guys, and one of the quests that I think like I would want to add in the next season would be for MMORPG games or games where you have a point system for the time that you're playing. Let's say, for example, with War Riders. So our War Riders players, they play in shifts. So we can have a quest where the guys with the best performance in War Riders, let's say over an next X number of hours that they're playing, can also can also qualify for quests. Another one would be big time. So let's say our MMORPG players, the most guys with the most NFTs looted, can also get achievements for that. So there's a lot of stuff that we are going to be doing in the future, and we are very happy that we finally have Mark leading the team for GAP, and everything else will be streamlined. So please do bear with everyone here, because this is the first time that we're doing this, and we are the only guild that I know of who is doing something of this scale, and it's very exciting. But then there are going to be challenges, there are going to be hiccups, but then that's what the community is there for. We help each other, let us know how we can improve, and we will make sure that we get those heard and we implement that in the next seasons. But yeah, before we go, for Fallen, Mike, Mae-zing, do you guys have any last stuff that you want to talk about to the community with?
Yeah, I just want to emphasize, if anybody has any feedback or suggestions for season 2, hit me up on Discord. I'm all ears. I want to make this the best possible program for anybody who has competitive ambitions.
Awesome. And yeah, I think one thing, Mike, that we really want to we keep reiterating is that these quests are also a tool for us to discover the talent. Like for example, for esports, it's also a way for these guys to get into YGG Elite, or bring in another like a whole new team for a whole new game or whatnot in the future. And let's say for content creators, like starting out, you don't have any Twitch pages, you don't have any Facebook page, you don't have any followers, but with starting here in the community, doing your streams, it's a good kickstart for you guys. And yeah, definitely we are excited to to get to pick out those guys who stand out. Yeah, how about you, May? Any last reminders for everyone?
Yeah. So for everyone who is not, yeah, I'm gonna repeat it again. For YGG LOK members, just head over to the YGG LOK Alliance if you have any questions on how to get your role to our private chat for YGG LOK GAT Quest. And for to all the officers, we really appreciate what you've done for this season, because they've been really like what Boring said, they're really looking into who's really attending the rallies, and really building up the guild. So thank you so much for joining this season's quest, also for our game testers. So we're looking forward for season 2. It's gonna be like what Colin said. If you think that 45 quest is enough, we'll see a lot more coming. So thank you guys for supporting all the events in YGG.
Awesome. And how about you, Fallen? You're still there?
Of course, I'm still here. Yeah, just again to reiterate it, we really want your suggestions. This is gonna definitely be a collective effort here. I'll probably start putting together some more discords, or like Dave said, maybe council, whatnot, because we really want to hear what you guys think are good quests. It would take a lot of workload off of us, and who better to hear from than you guys themselves. So be on the lookout for that as we move into ending the season, and then kind of taking a little break to collect all that data, as Mark said. And during that data collection time, we're going to be, also open to future quests for the next season coming up, right? Gap season 2. So if you have any good ideas, jot those down and then pass them off to one of us, and we will definitely be adding it. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. And how about you, Mart? Any last words for the guys?
Yeah, again, thanks for supporting us in season 1, and we look forward to seeing you all in season 2.
Awesome. So yeah, guys, you know the drill. Hit us up anytime. Tag us. I know we do know say that it's not we're not allowed to tag core team members, but if it's for the Gap program, we will make an exception, because we really want this to be a really great project. But then again, everyone here tonight, thank you so much for dropping by, and yeah, we'll be seeing you guys in the metaverse. See you guys soon. Cheers.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, bye guys.
Bye, guys.